Well, hello, Liberty View Church of Christ and friends. The Bible records in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 20. But the Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth be silent before him. But the Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth be silent before him. The Lord is in the sanctuary. He's in his sanctuary. Can you just be quiet and listen? Well, it's a beautiful thought to know that you don't have to stand around the corner and eavesdrop on God. You don't have to do what they call ear hustle. In fact, what God does, he arranges and he opens himself up. He lets you know where he is, and he invites you into his shelter. He invites you into his sanctuary. And if you will but enter that space and that place in spirit and in truth and listen, you will be amazed at how he will give you what you need for your life. God has provided for many of us space and time to slow down, to be sheltered in place. And our constant prayers are with those who are deemed essential, who are blessing our lives on the front line, hazarding their lives in the midst of this difficult and pandemic season. But God has afforded a number of us to have time of solitude, to have time of silence and stillness before him. And many of us still have not been able to find that because our minds are constantly running and we're trying to get ahead and we're trying to do this and do that, but we haven't stopped to hear the presence and the peace of God. And God is saying, I'm giving you some time to seek me with all of your heart. I'm letting you know where I am, but I also want you to know that for your life to be enhanced and for these times to be able for you to be able to endure these times, I invite you into my sanctuary, but you got to listen. See, Habakkuk had that problem. Habakkuk was wanting things to change immediately, and he cried out to God, God had given him a burden, given him a spirit of helping to address and help the nation. But Habakkuk got tired of seeing what he saw, and he began to cry out to God, how long? How long? How long? I keep crying out to you, but you're not responding to me. And God essentially comes back and he says to him, I got a purpose, I got a plan. You won't believe it, how it's going to turn out, but this is how I'm going to do it. And you need to be able to accept it. But I need you to go to the watchtower. I need you to go to the ramparts. I need you to watch. But while you're watching, I need you to wait, because I'm going to be doing some things and I'm going to reveal some things to you. And I need you in my sanctuary. I need you in silence. I need you to be able to listen and to see me like never before. God calls you to that. God wants you to remember, don't let what you see forget what he has said. Now, Liberty View, you know, the latter part of 2019, I spent time in the book of Habakkuk. And what we had to understand is that we must embrace God's sovereignty. He knows what he's doing. Our hearts go out to a number of people who have had to experience the death of a loved one and sickness and how all of this shifts us into a whole nother place that none of us ever thought would happen. But here we are. But what I am totally convinced of is that if I get into the sanctuary and if I learn how to be quiet, if I learn how to watch and wait, and then allow him to give me the message, I'll deliver it. And one thing we don't have to do is stand around the corner to try to catch what he's saying. He said, no, come on in to the sanctuary. Be quiet, and I'll reveal and share with you what you need to know. Let me just tell you as I close, God is able to do just what he said he would do. He's going to fulfill every promise to you. Don't you give up on God, because he won't give up on you. He is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that you can ask or think, according as his mighty power works within us. Now go rise to amazing.